Welcome to The Scale, the podcast where we rate ourselves from 1 to 10 in the areas that shape our lives: leadership, parenting, personal growth, success. Each week, James challenges you to be honest about where you are and gives you the tools to move closer to a level 10 life, built on respect, focus, and discipline. So where are you on the scale today?
Hey, it's James Theris here again with another episode of the Scale Podcast. Today's topic is called Motivation is Like Caffeine. Motivation feels great, like a strong cup of coffee. It gives you a burst of energy and focus, but just like caffeine, it wears off. That's why so many people start strong with a new habit, project, or resolution, and then crash. They were relying on motivation instead of systems. The myth is that motivated people always feel fired up. The truth is, motivated people build systems that work even when the feeling isn't there. Every January, martial arts schools, gyms, and fitness centers get packed. Everyone's motivated by the new year, new me energy. But by February, the excitement fades. Why? Because motivation got them in the door, but it couldn't keep them there. The students who last aren't the ones who came in fired up. They're the ones who built habits, showing up 2 or 3 times a week, no matter how they felt. Motivation starts the fire. Systems keep it burning. Motivation is tied to emotion, and emotions change. For parents, kids may be excited about school one day and resistant the next. That doesn't mean they're failing. It means they're normal. For teachers, a student might love the first week of a project, then lose interest. Without structure, the work collapses. For martial arts, a child may be thrilled after earning a belt, but without the system of regular practice, they plateau. The myth is believing that motivation will always be there. The truth is, it comes and goes. Systems are routines, habits, and guardrails that keep us moving when motivation disappears. At home, bedtime routines, chore charts, and homework rules create consistency. At school, study schedules, daily warm-ups, and assignment deadlines keep students learning. In martial arts, class schedules, curriculum checkpoints, and testing cycles create progress. Systems take the decision-making out of the moment. You don't ask, "Am I motivated?" You simply follow the system. Even as a leader, I've learned I can't rely on motivation alone. That's why I have mentors, people I pay to push me. Because if I thought I could always do it on my own, I'd be lying to myself. My mentor holds me accountable when motivation runs out. We can teach kids to rely less on bursts of motivation and more on consistent systems. At home, help them tie daily habits to their goals. We do homework right after the snack so you can enjoy your evening without stress. At school, show them how to break assignments into daily chunks instead of last-minute cramming. In martial arts, reinforce that showing up consistently matters more than how motivated they feel for that day. Sustainable drive comes from structure, not spurts. Here's a practical application. Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. How much do I rely on motivation to get things done? How strong are my systems when motivation fades? And how intentional am I about teaching my kids to build systems of their own? Pick one area to raise this week. Maybe it's creating a homework routine. Maybe it's committing to a set workout schedule. Or maybe it's helping your child track their martial arts practice on a calendar. Here's the closing challenge for you. This week, stop waiting to feel motivated. Instead, put a system in place, something simple and consistent. Choose a set time, choose a small action, and repeat it, no matter how you feel. Because feelings fade, but systems last. And sustainable drive will carry you and your kids much further than motivation ever could. If today's episode gave you a fresh perspective on motivation, share it with another parent, teacher, or coach who's building sustainable habits for themselves and their kids. And I'd love to hear your system, the one thing that you do that keeps you going when motivation fades. Post it, tag me, or send it in a message so we can keep climbing the scale together.